So for the single arm rear delt reverse fly, what we're going to make sure of first is that we're using a D handle and that the orientation of our hand inside of the D handle is such that we're really just wrapping this webbing around the wrist. So I'll come up a little closer to the camera, right? This is essentially the orientation. I'm not actually grabbing the handle as I go through this motion, okay? Before you set this up, picture the cable kind of, the handle itself, or at least the cable origin, as slightly above the height of the head. That's a good first place to start. And then before we even go about grabbing the handle and going through the motion, we're gonna bring our hand across and see, okay, where does my hand go to? And the way that we're gonna sort of orient this across motion is by thinking that we're moving our biceps directly to our sternum, right? So where does my arm go naturally when I take my biceps to my sternum? And then I'm gonna reach just a little bit, and you can see that that's exactly where I put the cable origin. And then from that point, again, as I said in the beginning part of this video, orient yourself so that the strap is here, and make sure, and this is very important because it's a single arm motion, that you have a very strongly anchored opposite arm. So I can put it here, I can put it here, I can put it down here and sort of lean into it this way. Regardless of what you do, you need to be able to create a counter force, okay? And then as we go through this, I'm gonna turn slightly into the cable, and I'm just gonna kind of move pretty much up until my arm starts to get close to being in line with my body, and I'm gonna come back. So notice that the cable is pretty much 90 degrees from my arm in this fully stretched position, and that as soon as I initiate out of that to sort of initiate the fly, I'm really focusing on pushing into this thing with my opposite arm, specifically almost like I'm trying to do a reverse fly with my other hand as well. So reverse fly, you can think about it, reverse fly with both arms at the same time. And again, as you're going through this motion, you're keeping your palm directly toward that cable origin. Really make sure that you take your time in the stretch position of this exercise, which is right here. It's where all the value is. Don't let yourself sort of get smushed up into your neck, right? Don't let your biceps get smushed up into your body. Make sure that you're controlling the motion and that you're maintaining that anchor throughout the entirety of the range. Now, as you fatigue, what you'll notice is that you'll be able to get sort of less and less range. That's totally okay. Allow the range to drop off naturally, as this is a very, very difficult exercise in that stressed position. So that is the reversed single arm fly.